Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. Today's video is going to be a little bit sad for me because it is with a heavy heart that I found out last night that John Taylor Gatto, my hero, passed away on Thursday, October 25th. And first of all, I just really want to point out that I had to find this out on an Instagram post. His death was not mentioned in any of the news apps that I follow. I didn't see any news video that mentioned him at all. And to me, I just find it really, really sad that in a world where it is news if a celebrity has a pimple or if they decide to get another nose job, that's considered newsworthy. But the life and death of this great man who impacted hundreds of thousands, if not more, people was just left by the wayside and not even mentioned. So today I just wanted to share with you my tribute to John Taylor Gatto and really a call to action as well. You know, I was one of those kids that I did really well in school. So when I decided that I was going to homeschool my kids, those first 2 years, I spent trying to recreate school at home, and it was horrible. It didn't work. I sent my kids back to school after those first 2 years because my kids hated being home, because why would they bother being home for school if I was doing the exact same things they would have done at school? So during those 2 years, you know, I really felt like something was wrong. I started to miss my kids, and I felt like I was no longer a parent to them. So after those 2 years, I brought my kids back out of school. So yeah, you got that right. I homeschooled 2 years, put them back in school for 2 years, and then pulled them out again. And I was determined that I was going to keep them home from then on. That was when I came across Dumbing Us Down, The Hidden Curriculum of Compulsory Schooling by John Taylor Gatto. And that book completely transformed my life. It put into words the way that I felt about putting my kids in school, the way that I felt they were being manipulated, and how, in a sense, it didn't have a purpose. So after moving on to that, I read his book, Weapons of Mass Instruction, and that even further cemented my resolve to keep my kids out of school. But it did so much more than that. It lit a fire in me that made me not only absolutely adamant about making sure that my kids would never be put in that predicament again, but I wanted to help other families to be able to do that as well. So because of John Taylor Gatto, because of his courage, because of his eloquence, because of his intelligence, his generosity, so many ways that I can describe him, I have been able to not only keep my kids home now, we're in our 10th year of homeschooling now, and I am able to now use this platform and my blog to encourage people to save their kids from school. Public school is not what people think it is. It is a conditioning center. And I learned this from John Taylor Gatto, and he led me to research other aspects of the school system. And it just escalated into this rabbit trail that now got me to where I am today. And you know, his intelligence went far beyond that. You know, he didn't just talk about education. He didn't just talk about how children actually learn. He also really woke me up to the fact that our society isn't really like it should be. Our society is sculpted the way that it is because of all that conditioning, all that indoctrination that goes on in the public school setting. They created their obedient workers to the detriment of us. We no longer have communities. So Mr. Gatto, he awoke in me this yearning for just a better life for my kids, a better life for those around me. And it is that which keeps me going. That it is that which keeps me speaking out about these sorts of things. And I know that in the homeschooling community, it is not usually common for a homeschool mom to speak out about the public education system as much as I do. I know there are a lot of homeschooling parents out there who just kind of want to keep the peace and, and I've had people tell me we have to, we want to get along with them. And yes, I totally want to get along, but I also want people to be aware of what is happening to their children. So, on top of everything else I said about Mr. Gatto, his courage is also something else that drives me along. If he could make a speech while he was accepting an award for Teacher of the Year, if he could make a speech against the public education system, I, as just a plain old homeschool mom, I don't have any status, but what I can do is I can speak out, I can inform people about what is going on, and I can help those along who do decide to get their kids out of that situation and to just point them in the right direction. That is what I learned from John Taylor Gatto. And there are countless other families who have learned from John Taylor Gatto. And you know what? I don't want his legacy to be forgotten. I want him to be remembered to the fullest. So here's where my call to action comes for other homeschooling parents. I want you to just work on that courage. It's okay to tell others about the dangers of school. It's okay to tell them the truth. It is okay to tell them the things that are really going on. And when it comes down to it, what is more important? Keeping the peace with people, but in essence, helping them to stay blind to reality, or waking them up with the concern that maybe some people might get mad at you. The fact is that this is too important of a subject for us to be silent about. So for all of you homeschooling parents out there who have homeschooling channels like mine, or not even just homeschooling channel, any YouTube channel at all, I really encourage you to make, if Mr. Gatto has impacted your life the way that he impacted mine, I encourage you to just make a video letting other people know how he touched your life as well. I am in the description box. I'm going to link to, there's a project called the John Taylor Gatto Video Snowball Project. And this actually first started a few years ago, and I just came upon it yesterday. I wish I would have uploaded this video years ago, because it would have been such an honor to have had the possibility that Mr. Gatto would have actually seen how much he has helped me. You have no idea. When I found out that he passed on, I literally felt like I lost a member of my family. And my daughter, she said to me, "Mom, why are you so upset? You never even met him." But I didn't have to meet him. I knew him through his writings. I knew him through all of the videos that I watched about him. And he changed my life. He changed my family. He changed my destiny. And I wish there would have been a way that I could have told him that. Yeah, that looking back in hindsight, I wish I would have known about this project before that. But it's not too late, because now I can use this video to help you, to wake you up, because his books are still out there. His videos are still out there. Find them. Read them, listen to them, watch them. If you don't know who he is, or you don't really know very much what he did, you have got to do it. As a homeschooling parent, as just a parent in general, even if your kid's in school, you need to do this. I said to someone the other day that John Taylor Gatto's books should be required reading for every parent. And I still believe that to this day. So now getting back to the channels. If you don't have a YouTube channel, and if you're not comfortable doing a video like this, if you have a blog, write a post about him. If you don't have a blog, most people have social media. So I would encourage you to just post some quotes by him. Talk about how he impacted your life on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, or any other social media platform that you are on. I want the world to know who he is. And yeah, I know there are so many people who do know who he is because he was just amazing. But I want more people to know because there are not enough people who know who John Taylor Gatto is. And I will not let him be forgotten. I can't let him be forgotten. So that is my pledge to him. My pledge to you, Mr. Gatto, is that I will do as much as I can to see to it that your legacy continues on because you worked too hard and you did too much. You went too far for us parents to just start being complacent again and falling back into that public school line. So this was my tribute to John Taylor Gatto today. And I just wish that I would have been able to just tell him this in person. And I'm sure that so many other people did. But anyway, I just want to tell you, Mr. Gatto, that I remember you and you will never be forgotten. If you like this video, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet and would like to hear more of what I have to say, I would love if you would do that. If you have any questions or comments about who John Taylor Gatto was, leave them down below and I will answer you in the best way that I can. I will link to his books in the description box. I will link to some of his videos in the description box. I want you all to know who he was. I want you all to be impacted by him in the way that I was because our lives are so much better for it. I hope you have a great day.